It's your boy, Mr. HD. You know what it is, man. It's setup video time. I have a clipboard. I'm cheating because there's like 40, 50 pieces of gear on this desk alone. We're gonna focus on the desk setup today. I'm not gonna do the full studio tour in this specific video because the video will be an hour long. I know some of y'all might enjoy that, but the YouTube algorithm may not. The links for everything I talk about will be in the description of the video. They are affiliate links. So without further ado, let's get right into the setup, man. I guess we should start the desk tour with the desk. This desk is a John Boo's blended walnut countertop. That's what this is. It's super sturdy. It's not cheap though. This is not the IKEA tabletop that might cost you a couple hundred. This is like $600-700. I got the non-finished version of it, and then I glossed it myself. Sometimes I like to get into some handyman type stuff, and I sanded this bad boy down and put a gloss finish on it myself, and I absolutely love it. It just looks really clean and really professional. You can order this with the gloss, with the sheen, but sometimes when you order them with the sheen, it just looks cheap. So I figured if I do it myself, it will look a lot more natural and look better, and it does. It's perfect. I love it. I guess we got to talk about the legs to the desk because I did get those separately. Like I said, this is a motorized desk, so I can raise it up all the way up if I wanted to. These legs are made by Adarazi. It's a company I found on Amazon a while ago. The legs are amazing, super sturdy. The motorized system is really, really easy to use. This right here, this white part on the desk that you see right here, that is a LifeX beam. The chair that I'm sitting in is made by Noble Chairs. It's a Noble gaming chair. It's the real leather version. I think they have pleather versions that are cheaper. This is the real leather version. This chair was like $650 when I bought it. I think it's pretty much around the same price if you can find this one. This is the black and white version, the racing version. I love it because it matches my black and white setup. You guys want to get into the tech though? I'm sure you guys want to get into the tech. Let's start with the monitors. This monitor is a LG 5K ultra wide. This is the 38-inch ultra wide. It's the flat version, not the curved version. I can't do curved monitors on my desk, my workstation. I don't like it for editing. I don't like it for anything. So this is the 5K version. Love this monitor. LG is, oh man, they make great monitors, great displays. I also have an LG C1 over here. We'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, this is the 5K version of the 38-inch ultra wide, and this is the 1080p version of the 38-inch ultra wide. I use this one more for like chat and YouTube, different things like that. Monitoring my live streams and stuff like that. Acer XV272U 27-inch is QHD. It's not a 4K monitor. I recommend all these monitors, even if you want to get the LG 1080p version. It's a great monitor to work on if you're just looking for something, with a lot of screen real estate that's, really cheap, because this monitor is only like $300. This one was like $1,500, so it's a little bit more pricey. So you guys want to talk about audio, what I use for audio? I have the new Rodecaster Pro 2. I'm sure you can see that in the shot right there. I got the Mogami XLR cable, and that is plugged into the mic I'm sure you've seen about 7 zillion times on every podcaster or streamer setup, and that's the Shure SM7B. If you're into tech, I don't need to go into this microphone. You know what it is. It's so popular that Rode doesn't make it, but they definitely have a preset for it already in the Rodecaster Pro 2 because everyone uses that microphone. I guess I could talk about the boom arm. My boom arm is kind of makeshift. This is pretty cool. It's one of the things I'm proud of on this setup. It's 3 different pieces. Actually, it's 4 different pieces that I use to make my own boom arm. First of all, I have a Vivo TV mount, but just the pole and one of the bars that's attached. I'll try to get a shot of it to show you guys. And from there, I clamped the Elgato low profile boom arm onto that. And from there, because that still wasn't long enough to give me the reach that I wanted and the angles, all the possible angles that I wanted on my boom arm, I attached a tube, an extension tube, onto the Elgato low profile. So now I'm able to adjust it from here. Lastly, I put a Ulanzi Fast Claw tripod head right here, just so I could adjust it one more time and it would bend this way, also giving it that little last bit of length that I need. I could raise it up if I wanted to. I can adjust it. You know, I could slide it over there, get it out the way. So, yeah, that's my little 4-piece makeshift boom arm, man. I love it. The speakers are made by Edifier. They are the Edifier 1280 DBs, and they're bookshelf desktop speakers. I got them obviously because they're, you know, wood, and they look perfect in my setup. There is a front cover if you want to cover them up. I just like the way they look with the speakers out. These are the ATH M40Xs. They're good. They're not the most expensive. They're like $100. I mean, it's not cheap. I actually have a wood headphone stand coming. It's coming on Thursday. I ordered it for Prime Day. I didn't want to wait to shoot this video. So I'll show you that in another video. The last thing I guess I can show you guys for audio and sound is my Beats Fit Pro wireless headphones. Earbuds, not headphones, they're earbuds. I love these things because they fit. As the name suggests, I could pop them in my ear like that and do the Night at the Roxbury, you know what I mean, on my Ben Stiller shit, and they won't come out my ear. And I love that because I'll be in the gym and, you know, whatever type of exercise I'm doing, I don't have to worry about my earbuds falling out, and that's great. It's integrated into the whole Apple ecosystem, which is great for anything that I'm using. Speaking of Apple, we can get right into the powerhouse of this entire setup, and that is this bad boy right here. This right here is the Mac Studio, the brand new Mac Studio. I got the 128 gigabytes of memory, and I got the 48 gigabyte GPU. So that bad boy is a powerhouse, man. I future-proof myself. Speaking of the Apple ecosystem that I love so much, here's a look at my iPhone 13 Pro Max. Looking forward to getting that iPhone 14 Pro Max whenever that drops. And here is my Apple iPad. This is the last Intel version of the iPad Air. It's the 4th generation. I would upgrade to an M1, but it's like, for what? I only use that as a baby monitor and as a drawing tablet for my clothing designs, really. So next up, I guess we could talk about the peripherals on the desk. I'm using the brand new Logitech MX mechanical keyboard. This is the full length one with the blue switches. Got that clickety clack. Happy they finally released something that I could use that has Mac keys already on it. I use the Logitech MX Vertical. It's my favorite mouse of all time. There's nothing better, and I say that because my wrist used to be in so much pain. I have it plugged up right now because it's charging, but it is wireless. You plug it up with a dongle. But my wrist used to be up in so much pain, and I knew it was from holding my wrist like this, because I turn it like this, and I'd be like, oh, that feels so much better. And then Logitech released this mouse, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that. And I swear, this, ever since I had it, I haven't had to do this. I haven't had to massage my own wrist because I've been, editing for 3-4 hours. Like, this thing it just holds your wrist in a natural position when you're editing. It's about maybe a couple millimeters too big. They released a smaller version, but it's way too small now. It's for baby hands, so they need to get something right in the middle, I guess. This is the CalDigit TS3 docking station, so it has like 15, 16 different ports on it. Just give me, more access to ports that might be on the back of my Mac Studio. And for this setup, because I have so many things plugged up, it would basically be impossible for me to run all this just with the Mac Studio. I have to have a dock. And something else that I have is CalDigit Element Hub. It's mounted under my desk, and that has a couple of my capture cards plugged into it, a couple of my peripherals plugged into it, and almost all of the ports, especially the USB-C ports and the Thunderbolt ports on both of those hubs, are used up. So I have a lot of stuff, obviously, so it's very important. The Rodecaster Pro 2 takes 2 ports by itself. I have 2 TVs and 3 monitors, so I need all the ports that I could get, basically, is what I'm saying, plus all my peripherals that I got to plug up. So having the docking station and the Element Hub, it was a must. I'm trying to get my hands. I was literally just searching for the TS4. Can't get it. Still sold out. CalDigit is saying they'll update their website randomly at random times. I'm like, I have things to do. I can't watch my website all day, CalDigit. How about you set up something to where you're emailing the people who want it or something? I don't know. There needs to be some kind of mailing list situation, in my opinion. But whatever, CalDigit, if you're watching this, I really want a TS4 docking station. I really, really want one. It's Thunderbolt 4, not Thunderbolt 3, which obviously would match well with my new Mac Studio, giving it all the power that it needs. But yeah, moving on from that, I also have a couple smart power strips under here, so if I want to, I could turn the monitors on and off, or the lights on and off. Like Alexa, turn spotlight 1 off, and my overhead softbox light goes off. Alexa, turn spotlight 1 on, and it comes back on. So everything over here, each monitor is plugged up into its own thing. I don't plug my computer up into a smart switch because I don't want to turn my computer off like that. So that's the only thing that isn't plugged to a smart switch. But everything, the entire studio is a smart studio, obviously, because 2022, why wouldn't you have a smart studio if you're going to build a studio? Everything has to be voice controlled, right? Oh, the Stream Deck XL. You guys have seen this a bunch of times in every video I've ever done as far as the setup is concerned. It was my original favorite piece of tech. I'm pretty sure it's still my favorite piece of tech, even though because of the Rodecaster Pro 2, I have less reasons to use it. But I still control all my podcasts, through this, like all my scenes and everything like that. I can still control them through this. There's still a zillion different uses. Like if you have a studio, a gaming setup, a podcast setup, any type of live streaming that you're doing, you have to have a Stream Deck. If you're live streaming, it's like it's almost a must. Small things like this grinder that is also wood. I love this thing. It's the most beautiful grinder I've ever seen. I'm sure you know what goes in there. No need to talk about that for YouTube. So this light up here, the one that I turned on and off just a second ago, that is a GVM 100. And I got a 34-inch softbox on that thing, so it's a pretty big softbox, covers a lot of space. I have a grid on it, so it focuses the light right on me. I also have 2 softboxes right here. We'll talk about those in separate videos. This was like the first light source that a lot of pro gamers start using when people start using light panels. You know what an Elgato key light is. We talked about the LifeX beam in the beginning of the video. That beam around the monitor, the wall monitor, that beam is a Govee Glide. That's what it's called, and I love that thing. That's probably my favorite light source. It's way better than the LifeX beams. The scenes and the app, the controls of Govee are just so much better than LifeX. LifeX needs to throw their whole shit away. I ain't gonna lie. Like the LifeX app is horrible. That's all my light sources that I use for this specific setup. We'll talk about the background. I have a whole rack of lights on this side of the studio that I'll talk about in a separate video when we get into the background and the accessories. I have an overhead camera right here. That's the Sony A50-100, and it has a Sigma 30mm prime lens on it. Love that camera. It's like a 9-year-old camera. You can live stream with this camera. You get clean HDMI out with it, so you know, don't have stuff on the screen. I think this was the first Sony camera that you could do that with, if I'm not mistaken. But the camera that you're looking at right now is my main camera, and that's the Sony A7C, and I'm using the Sigma Art, or 24 to 70mm zoom lens on this camera that we're using right now. So that's my main camera. These triangle boom arms are amazing. Like the usage of them, I could swing my camera all the way over there on that side if I want to. I can lower it and use it in my gaming setup. It's perfect because I have a tripod head on there, a ball head, so I can the camera's pointed down right now, but I could adjust it to where it's pointing straight forward, and then I could adjust the bar, lower the bar, and now it's pointed straight at me at my gaming setup. We'll talk about that during another time, and I'll show you guys. This setup is everything that I could ever need. It's definitely everything you could ever need. You could definitely find cheaper options for everything that I have up here. Pretty much, like I kind of like to future-proof myself or buy more high-end gear. to be able to get things done. You don't need a Rodecaster Pro 2, as amazing as it is, but you don't have to spend $750 on an audio interface. You don't have to spend the $150 on a keyboard or $1,500 on a monitor. You don't have to do that. You don't have to buy a Shure SM7B to get great audio. You don't have to do those things. So just keep that in mind when you're watching this video. I would still appreciate you clicking a link, because you click a link and then you go buy something that's not up here, they might still toss me a couple pennies. That's how the affiliate system works. So I appreciate you guys supporting me and my channel. I'm going to do my best to be more consistent with the tech videos, but we're definitely going to be doing a lot more movies and TV and gaming stuff on the channel. But that's what we do here: TVs, movie, gaming, and tech, baby. You're going to get all of that from your boys. So until the next one, it's your boy Mr. HD, the brand new 2022 desk setup, man. I'll see y'all on part 2.